crooked or is it me?
Now we're super crooked. That was straight, Papa.
Yeah, like that.
Now we can't even see the paintings. What's up, everybody? We're back with another NC Niner Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my Papa, Carlos.
What's up?
We have a big season coming up. Niners 2025-2026 season. Like we were saying in the last video, this is our fifth year, doing NC Niner Talk. We really enjoy it, and I'm glad, a lot of people, always ask, like, when's the next video, when's this? And we're just gonna keep coming out with new content, stuff on Instagram, stuff on, of course on YouTube. So let's get right into it. Breaking news, Brian Robinson Jr. from the Washington Commanders gets traded to the 49ers for a 6th-round pick, and also the Commanders are taking on some of the $3 million salary. So it's basically like
I wouldn't win
for free this year. And we gave up a 6th-round pick that we traded, for Jordan Mason, to the Vikings. And I think this is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, huge pickup, especially for our running back room.
It's well, from what I hear, he was our starter last year for Washington, right? So now we have a solid running back room, and this is more like this kind of helps CMC, I think.
Yeah.
I think it helps the coaches not to put CMC out there for every single snap.
Yeah, and
to keep him healthy through it. Like, hopefully, obviously all works well. We go to the playoffs, and we have him healthy throughout the year.
Exactly.
So we have all these big dogs. This guy's a big dude.
Yeah, he's
6'1", 228 pounds. I mean, he's a big
6'1", 240.
Yeah, he's a big guy for running back. So
yeah,
it was a great pickup. We'll just see how it plans out.
Really complimentary to CMC's type of game.
Yeah.
Because CMC, he's basically like a wide back.
Yeah.
He can run through the holes, get outside. He can be your slot wide receiver. He can do whatever you need. But then you can't give him the ball every time. It's going to be so much wear and tear. So you're going to give it to the big boy, Brian Robinson, and he's like, for his size, he's pretty fast. He can do a lot of stuff, on the ground game and play, from the backfield, catch a few passes. And we still have Isaac Guerrero.
Well, what I hear is Guerendo's like injury prone.
Yeah.
So this is like an insurance policy almost. So this guy may end up being number 2 at the end of the season, because right now Guerendo's number 2. He comes as number 3 running back. And then we'll see what we do with Wilson, which hopefully we keep him. But business is business. So
yeah, but to have this depth in the the running back room, it definitely is going to be good for Kyle Shanahan and the play calling, because you don't have to rely on CMC so heavily. And
Kyle likes to use all his running backs.
Yeah, and we saw in the Commanders year last year, that nearly Cinderella run. He was their main guy. It was him and Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is like a 10th of what CMC is. So to have CMC and Brian Robinson, I mean, it's gonna be scary, for this running back room. The thing is, that wide receiver room still needs some work. We just picked up Sky Moore from the Chiefs for a 7th-round pick. Hopefully he can have a breakout type of season. Maybe a career year. Kyle Shanahan will definitely scheme up plays, for a player like that. So hopefully all these trades, turn out well, of course.
I think a lot of these young guys, or guys that maybe were in other teams and they weren't number ones, and now they're with us, with all these injuries, I think they have a chance to, I think we said it in the last video, they have a chance to step up and kind of prove themselves, maybe for a bigger contract than other teams maybe in the future, or stay with us.
Just like Juwan Jennings.
You just never know. So a lot of these guys need to step up and, prove their worth for sure.
Going on to what we kind of want to see from the offense and defense, I wanted to talk about who will be who will have a breakout season on offense and defense. And to be honest, the offense, I feel like everybody that's been watching the 49ers ever since last year, that's been seeing the preseason, I feel they have the same answer. But let's start with you.
For offense,
you can do whatever you want.
Breakout player for me, I think it's gonna be Purdy.
Purdy?
Yeah.
Breakout
meaning compared to last year. He needs to have a strong season for us to make it far. And last year, with all these injuries, no matter how you look at it, no matter what people say, he had a pretty good season, to be honest with you. with all said and done. Record didn't show, but we had all these injuries. Number 1 injured team in the league. I don't care who you are. If you have all these injuries on your offensive side, overall as a team, no quarterback's going to be successful. It doesn't make a difference. So if you show me a team with a quarterback with all these injuries and they went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl, then I'll be like, you're right, I'm wrong, whatever. But it has not happened. So I feel that he's going to have a chance to elevate all these young players.
Yeah.
So to me, Purdy will be the breakout player offensively. We know Kittle, we know CMC. I mean, I expect big years from them. Yeah. But I think he's going to have a breakout year. For defense, I think this is the year Fred Warner gets Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he's coming in as ranked number 1 linebacker in the NFL. He should have been number 1 linebacker for the last 6 years. I don't know how long, but I feel that he's been knocking on the door for the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he does so much for our team. And this year, it's going to be even more essential that he steps up even more because of all the guys that we lost on defense. And we have a lot of rookies, so they're going to be leaning on him for leadership. So my guy for offense is Purdy. My guy on defense is Fred Warner.
And like you're saying, Brock Purdy, he's becoming, that type that needs to be a veteran quarterback now. And you're talking about the wide receiver
on his 3rd year. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is his 4th year now.
Yeah, but playing.
Oh yeah,
because he's injured, right?
This is 4th year playing now.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, he's a 4-year quarterback, and now he's stepping up to this veteran quarterback type of situation where he needs to elevate these wide receivers.
Yeah.
And that's where I see Ricky Pearsall, which I feel everybody's expecting a big year from him, and we've seen the connection even from last year. When we went to that Lions game, that Niners vs Lions game.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall was in his zone. And
against the Raiders, first drive, I mean, he caught the ball like 3-4 times, I think.
Yeah, so it's not just now. We've seen it from last year, and the fact that he's even still playing football is even more such an achievement for the young man. I say young man like I'm not 16 years old, but that I see
after getting shot.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall having a ginormous year for us.
Now we have 2 guys that got shot.
2 guys, 2 of the most resilient players in the NFL. I mean,
I heard they're gonna come in together.
Together with many men. Imagine that the vibes will be insane. But
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the fact that 2 out of 3, Tank Dell. I just saw a post. Tank Dell was one of them, and it sucks they have to go through that. But the resilience on these players are, pretty crazy. Defense. You said Fred Warner, he's going to step into that Defensive Player of the Year. I just feel like he's always been, in that, that threshold. It's like, all right, he's right there. And then the last few weeks, he's just playing through injury. Like, he was playing with a broken foot last year. And I just feel, with our young secondary, I feel DeAndre Lenore, he's also becoming that guy to where, all right, you're a leader. He's becoming a locker room leader, and he's kind of, showing, the young DBs the ropes, and I expect a lot from him this year. And I'm not saying Defensive Player of the Year like Fred Warner, but I think
all pro maybe.
Maybe Pro Bowl, but I think DeAndre Lenore is gonna have a big year. He's coming off, getting his contract. Yeah. I know he's got trucked by Ashton Genty, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna truck everybody.
Yeah, he's a
load.
Yeah, that was a crazy sight to see. To be honest, he's a big boy, and I mean, a lot of people thought he was gonna be Heisman last year, so definitely expect him to do. Yeah, but DeAndre Lenore and Ricky Pearsall, I see a lot of big things coming from them this year.
So what are you looking at as their record for the year? I know we're gonna go week by week, but for right now we're gonna be picking our predictions for the year.
I mean, as we know, the Niners have the weakest schedule.
On paper.
Yeah, on paper, but the games they play, they're solid teams. They play the Texans, they play the Falcons, they play the Buccaneers. Yeah. They play, the Giants, and we play our division.
Yeah, we play our division.
So, and we play Bears, we play, Colts.
The Bears.
Shout out Max Ulrich and Coach Zach.
We'll be talking to them
Week
soon.
17. Well, we'll see you guys over, 18 weeks. So, it doesn't on paper, it's like the weakest schedule because we have last place schedule, but I mean there are some tough games out here, and especially if you don't have our depth and You know, we're pretty banged up, you know, down the year. It's going to be tough. So I definitely do see a playoff appearance, of course, you know, with the 49ers this year. The Super Bowl window's still wide open for them. They still have young guys. They still have their main guys.
You never know. I mean, there could be picks throughout the year.
Yep.
You never know.
John Lynch, you know, there could still be more to come.
Yeah, before the season starts. You never know.
I see a 12-5.
Yeah.
12-5 record from the 49ers this year. I see, you know, some games where they kind of slip up. But I see an overall good season, a bounce back season from last year. And I expect big things from them this year because, you know, with Brock Purdy at the helm and all the guys he has around him, I just see it.
I see them going 12-5 as well. And I think 12-5 and winning the division. They go from last to first.
Last to first. I've been seeing a lot of that. Like, who's going to be last to first this year?
Last to first. They're going to be last to first. And, I mean, they might split a couple games in the division, but I think for them to just kind of like, even if they lose a few more games throughout the year, you know, if they take care of their own division, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
So even if they go, say, 11-6 instead of 12-5, I think they'll be all right because they take care of business in their own division, they'll be all right. I don't see these teams as the same way. I think the Niners are going to come hungry and trying to prove a point. Like, last year was a fluke because we were injured. Now we're like fairly good to go.
You know, like Trent Williams was saying, you know, he sees Christian McCaffrey as his offensive player of the year self.
Yeah, so he's, you know, all these guys are healthy, so for the most part. And then as long as they stay healthy, I think we'll have a very, very big bounce back year. So.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. Niners week 1, like we said. 49ers versus Seattle. First game is a division game. And
best way to start it.
And we play them week 18, and they're going to be wearing their rivals' uniforms. And that comes out on the 28th, I believe.
For us?
Yeah.
Against the
Seahawks. So I think it's going to be black jerseys from what
it's black, gold, and whatever. Red.
So on the 28th, that's going to be announced. So I'm excited for that. But yeah. The Niners play the Chargers today. Trey Lance versus the Niners and Levi's. So Harbaugh's going to bring out the playoff playbook. But
well, I don't think none of our stars are playing today, so.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now, Niners are, you know, playing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited.
Let
us know.
What your predictions?
Yeah, your breakout player on each side of the ball this year. You know, the best player that's going to come from each side of the ball.
Yeah.
And your record prediction. You know, we love to hear you guys' thoughts. You know, we love to, you know, chat back and forth. You know, in real life when we talk to people, you know, in the comments, we love to, you know, talk back and forth. So, you know, just let us know in the comments.
Before we get off, shout out to we have a new setup right here.
New setup.
Shout out to Uncle Jimmy.
My uncle.
These paintings in the back. If you want your own paintings, Nicholas will put his website so you can get his paintings.
It'll be in the description and pop the picture up right there. At Dreams, I'll pop it on the dream. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, all those paintings right there, the Randy Moss, the Jerry Rice, shout out. And there's more. And there's Muhammad Ali. You know, there's paintings. He painted me, painted my brother. So check those out. He has a website. I'm gonna put it, you know, in the description, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. So definitely go check that out. Appreciate you, Uncle Jimmy. And
let's get it, boys.
Let's sign off right here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go Niners, baby. Peace.
Niners.